right, folks, welcome to a weekly market forecast where we talk about the higher time frame of EURUSD and DXY and where I think the market will be going on a longer term basis and also the short term basis in the next couple of days, weeks, etc., etc. This is just a higher time frame drone liquidity outlook / analysis. So let's get straight into it. As you guys know already, in the higher time frame, we have range high, range low. Keep in mind it's a 12-month time frame. And quickly, before we go any further, make sure you guys join the Telegram link in the description down below. Make sure you guys don't miss it out. Beautiful, beautiful community we have over there. So as well on with 12-month time frame, to get straight into it, we have a 12-month range low, range high. The range low got to the soup, now the range high. We have a 12-month CRT to the upside, as well as a 12-month IRL back to ERL, as well as a 12-month resistance block play. Whenever the resistance block active, market will tap the resistance block, then it will retrace to an IRL, then target the highs. So this is not our ERL. Our ERL is over this candle. In the 6-month time frame, we have a 6-month CRT to the upside, a 6-month as well as a 6-month. We have 6-month double purge, so range high, range low. Without purge, I don't really give a shit about. I only care about in the lower time frame basis. Higher time frame, it's not that high probability, right? It's really not that high of a probability, but it could definitely work out, right? And this is stated from Romeo himself. He just, CRT double purges, it works, but keep in mind, there's double purges all the time. So unless your higher time is not correct, the double purge does not matter. On a 6-month time frame as well, I have a 6-month IRL SMT back to ERL. Because of the rejection block price action details. On a 3-month time frame, we have a 3-month CRT to the upside, as well as a 3-month IRL SMT back to ERL. On the monthly time frame, we have a monthly ERL back to monthly IRL. As well as we don't have no monthly CRT here. That's all we have in a monthly time frame. As well in the monthly time frame, we have a classic open high low close, so bare bone, open key level expansion, open key level expansion, open low high close, open high low close, open low. I have 19 days to the close, so we're gonna make the low soon, then make the high, then close. So we have the open key level total soup, open total soup key level, open total soup expansion close. And keep in mind, when the open total soup key level, total soup only happens below / above the opening price. So that's what we had. That's why you guys see me being bullish. In a daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, weekly IRL back to weekly ERL. And as I said last time, I said over here. But since it's a weekly ERL now here, we're just gonna go with this. As well as it can be this high as well. Keep in mind, it can definitely be this high as well. Why? Because we have a rejection block play. As you guys know, before it takes out the wick, it taps the rejection block, says 50% of the rejection block, comes back down all the way to the IRL, then targets the high again. So our target is relatively still this high. Right, so our targets are 1 by 1. On the weekly time from weekly IRL back to weekly ERL, rejection block play, as well as so this is an ERL as well though, but overall dominantly it would be this. Right, so you can disregard that and focus primarily on this. And why do I say this specifically? Because this right over here is the important one, right? Because of the Russian block play, right? Price action details. If you guys were in the I think it was the SOT Secret of Time course. You would definitely would know that, right? So we have, as well in lower time frame, we have a $2 low, $2 high, stable low, stable high, premium discount. We can only buy in the discount. We can only sell in the premium. As well, after it gets tapped in, we could buy and sell without worrying about the premium or discount. We have a daily range here. Premium discount. We're currently in a discount, so we want to buy it up. As well as we recently rejected below this old low, so we can look for a break above. But what may happen, because next weekly candle has to open low, high, close, and this, you can see this daily candle went really, really near this Thursday low. So as you guys know, EURUSD and DXY are very correlated, literally the opposite, right? But the same price movement. There's only a difference like this, right? SMT differences, otherwise they're very correlated, right? So what we can anticipate is next weekly candle to come, super out this CRT low, super out the weekly CRT low, eventually go up higher from there. Then that would give us a beautiful move, leaving a SMT behind. Rejection blocks leave SMT behind. Rejection blocks leave equal high, equal low behind. Or one pair pairs it out, or like a rejection block leave SMT behind, right? As you guys know, obviously, right? Which that's going to be one of my trade. And keep in mind, this may get invalidated. The next week candle comes down lower because the CRT can be invalidated. This is going to be the CRT in the delete candle. Oh, we're gonna have to put this as a moment right now. I have to put this like this. I have to go mark out the week. The next week, weekly open. This is the weekly open. This is the weekly close. Now what else we gotta do is we have to also. So we got the lower time frame. We don't really care about it, but you can see the lower time frame, interdiction block. We really nowhere near it, while EURUSD never went near it and reversed. So this means that DXY is much more how can you say it, much more weaker than EU. So you could definitely go push out this low, give a weekly CRT, then go up higher. As well, the weekly time frame, we don't have any weekly CRT here. Weekly CRT could potentially be this candle. We could look for a total soup, then we could go target the highs, then eventually go to our designated take profit, designated target, which is over here. But wondering, well, what about these? You could definitely target these, but I'm a short-term trader. I don't want to hold over here. I want to, make money in the next couple of days rather than staying in a position. That's gonna be a very, very, very longer-term goal. Once I have $100 million in capital, $150 million in capital, where that time I need to consider that heavy because spread, spread, commissions, all of those shit will affect a lot. So I need to target a really higher time frame, or become an asset manager, then do it. But at the moment, I'm not that, right? So I won't be proceeding to do so. And we had a dump on our old low. Thursday was the one to do a reversal. Beautiful sign, as you guys know, in a classic expansion profiles. Thursdays are the days where it'll do reversals, even if it's a midweek reversal. Thursday is the one, even if it's a midweek reversal, once it makes a high of the week or low of the week, I'm still looking for a Thursday to perform because I'll let the manipulation happen. Because usually on Wednesday it's gonna be a shitty day. If the kilo gets tapped, if it's trying to make the midweek reversal, it's gonna fuck up a lot of people. Right, so I'm gonna be careful about that. So now let's go to EURUSD. Our polar opposite, as you guys know, we prioritize. That's why you guys see me analyze DXY first. DXY is the currency of the world. It's much more important than anything else. And if you pay close attention, you see that there's an S&T here. And we have 19 days left. As you guys know, open, high, low, close, open, rally, total soup, expansion, close, so open, total soup, expansion, close. And although that's a weekly, that's a monthly SMT. Overall, the higher time frame is overall bullish on DXY and bearish on EU, right? So this SMT will not last very long. You will get disrespected very soon. So let's get to a higher time frame. We have a 12-month, as I said, 12-month SMT CRT with a quoted asset, while EU is pushing it out and DXY isn't. Oops. I could put that over there, doesn't really matter. And our goal would be this hole. On the 6-month time frame, we have a 6-month CRT to the downside, as well as a 6-month you could say 6-month IRL back to EURUSD, as well as a 6-month variation block play. There is not a fixed here. There's not a fixed IRL to EURUSD play, but it's a 6-month CRT play here with a quoted asset, which is DXY. On a 3-month time frame, we have a 3-month CRT downside, a 3-month ranges, right? Range high, range low. The range high, not range low, which is a target as well. If you go to the quality asset, same thing. Range high, range low, range high gets purged. No, range high, range low, range high gets purged, range low gets purged, then range high. Polar opposite kind of sometimes get confused. So in the lower time frame, we have there's a monthly SMT CRT here. There's the monthly CRT logo SMT. As you guys know, the SMT is going to fail if the higher time frame is overall going against it. This how it's short term is going to be respected. The weekly, the reason you can see the monthly had a monthly SMT CRT with the CRT low. So that caused a weekly expansion. A monthly causes a weekly expansion. A weekly causes a daily expansion. That's why you guys are very, you guys see me not care about the monthly to the daily or a monthly to the 4-hour. I primarily care about the monthly to the weekly, weekly to the daily, because you guys see me, most of my bias comes from the weekly. And yes, it does come from the higher time frame, but the weekly is going to determine, because since my trade lasts 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, or like couple weeks or days, I really care about the weekly, right? And the weekly is a gold mine out of all of them, right? It's a money printer. So the weekly affects the daily affects the 4-hour, the 4-hour affects the 15, 5 hourly. So that's what I care about. Because I enter on daily trading entries, I execute the short term with the weekly. Right, quick little sauce to some of you guys. But yeah, now going on to lower time frame, we do have this monthly CRT. We're still gonna target it because the higher time is still relatively bearish. We have a open, high, low, close, open, total soup, expansion, then close. Bare bone, right? Bare bone skeleton. Simple as that. And a monthly time and a weekly time frame with weekly IRL, this could be this weekly fair value, or weekly key level. Doesn't really matter. But we have a weekly IRL back to weekly ERL. Our weekly ERL is this low. But when they were like, what do you mean this is our weekly ERL? This weekly rejection block had SMT with the quality asset, which is DXY. So the rejection block did count as an ERL. So we went from a weekly ERL back to weekly IRL as a rejection block. But since now we tapped now since we did that, now since we trace back to IRL, we can target back the ERL, which is low. And that's gonna be our target goal. So our first target is always gonna be the weekly CRT. So we do have SMT with its weekly CRT high. Let me see. Let me go and draw the next weekly candle. What's the next weekly? So let's put this in a lively manner. So our target, although if I wonder was a weekly ERL here, but we had SMT with this weekly ERL, so our target is overall going to be this candle, right? This low, because DXY had SMT with it, so DXY is going to target this, so we're going to target this as well. It has SMT with this low. Let's just say we go down here, we have SMT. When we have SMT with this low, I need to let the weekly candle, not the weekly candle close. we need to let the daily candle overall close. And overall it's gonna get met, but short term you wanna protect yourself, right? So what we're gonna do is wait for a daily confirmation, like a daily reject a wick below. Then eventually, once we wick below in a lower time frame, let's see a clear reaction, we're gonna get out, right? Get our profits. Well, it's still gonna go down there, but when it retraces, we can just take another move to the downside rather than just holding the same move over and over for a very long time. So as we have it in daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, I mean, as well, we also can have this weekly SMT CRT. I'll explain why there could be a potential SMT because DXY is kind of weaker because you could go down as low. And let me go to the daily time frame with this quality asset as well. So on the daily time frame, we have a daily steer to the downside, obviously. That's why we were able to trade. Without that, we can't. As well have is our first target go. As well as you gotta keep in mind our monthly key level is down here as well, right? So our monthly CSC level is down here. I'm not gonna target it because I primarily target the weekly. So I'll probably hold it down here. Just if it goes down here and it shows some strong reversal sign, I'm gonna get out. But my goal isn't gonna be here at all. My goal is gonna be down here as a weekly, right? I'm a short-term trader. So on the daily time frame, same thing I showed you guys on DXY. I'll show you guys on EU. We have a daily range, two to the highs, to the low, stable highs, stable low, premium discount. We reverse on Thursdays because now in the classic investor profiles, Thursdays are reversals, a high chance of reversal. Because weekly candle kind of range. We have a daily key level as well. We have a daily steer to downside. We wicked above, so that equals low prices. And you can see how I'm using the wick up. You can see how I'm using the if-then principle so precisely, so effectively, rather than looking for the if-then principle every single candle. I'll look for the if-then principle specifically at key levels, at CRTs, and at what else? Specific times. So those are when I'm looking for the if-then principle, which in this case it was during the CRT, the time, as well as during the key level. Right, so all of them were there beautifully. So wick above low prices. I'm looking for some sort of potential SMT because next weekly candle has to open total to expansion, right? So open, hello, close, open, total to expansion, and close. So when it does that, open and total to only happens above or below candles, right? Which primarily, which one we care about is the weekly time frame. Now, as we have in the daily time frame, on the lower time frame, on the weekly, on the lower time frame as well, we can, as well on a daily time frame, keep in mind, we can have this daily candle as our CRT as well as another CRT. So, you know, because you can see Friday candle did accumulate, basically it didn't do much, it just accumulated. So Monday, what Monday could do is become a manipulation and expansion. Like, let me show you guys a quick example of what it could be doing, right? Friday accumulated, Monday expanded, boom. So a classic expansion profile. 2, Monday high of the week. So Monday manipulated and expanded. So this would, same thing could happen again, right? So keep that in mind. We can do the same thing to the quality asset. But our overall CRT this candle, but this is the good sign. This is a way to predict, you know, this is a way to predict the weekly profiles. Dang, it took a long time to say that shit. Okay, so our target, as you guys obviously know, but when there's so many fucking targets, which one are you gonna target, man? Let me land. Our target is not gonna be the daily, it's not gonna be this, it's gonna be, if it's a weekly CRT here, SMT, the weekly CRT, it's gonna be this low, or if it's gonna be that low, and it's gonna be this low. If there's no weekly SMT CRTs, it's primarily gonna be this low. Simple, cut and dry. But what about the daily dealing range, right? The daily dealing range impacts straight to the weekly ERO, right? It could also be that if the way you trade. But I'm confident market will go down here, right? The confidence, the conviction. You could also target this low, daily range and the weekly ERO there. Makes a lot of sense because after tapping the premium, market will go to the daily range high / low. That discount, you go to the high / low of the daily range on a daily time frame specifically. You can do that, but I don't need to do that because I am a G. I have conviction, I have confidence, I have provision, I have future vision. I have vision. You know what I'm saying? On the lower time frame, what do we have here? We have OTE at the 4-hour time frame. As you guys know, after our high time frame is finished, I primarily concern the lower time frame is the first priority is if what is there OTE, a 4-hour OT, or is there an OT during that Pacific day? In this case, we have a OT on the 4-hour time frame. Also, the daily can has opened, so during the Pacific day, there's we have to see after the can opens, but we have a 4-hour CR, we have a 4-hour OT, so we're looking for higher time frame key trades. Second, what we're looking for is order flow. So order flow is overall bearish. There's a little bit book the high. We close below it. So now we're looking for, if the impressive goes to the downside, we're looking for a false market structure shift to the upside. Then we're looking for a huge explosive price move to the downside. Next week, if we go open up the weekly Forex Factory calendar, we have CPI. So let me get that screenshot right over here. And you guys see me doing this for you guys for free. Hey, only we can appreciate this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you guys also join a Telegram link down below. It's all for free. I'm doing this for free. I get paid to do this shit from my own setups, from my own trading. I also get paid from the firm. I'm currently in. I don't want to say this, but because none of your business. Currently in T3 trading group, right? Just as an analyst at the moment, nothing special, because you have to have a lot of experience in order for you to go and climb up the ladder. But it's remote, so it's all cool because the analyst is more of a remote unless you go and execute for them, which you need to climb the ladder. Once you go and execute for them, and this analysis I give them to them, they want that shit high time frame, right? So the monthly, the week, the monthly, the 3-month, the 6-month, the 12-month time frame. They don't really give a shit about the fucking lower time frame. If it would be lower time frame, I would climb the ladder very quick. Since they have large capital, they're not willing to risk that much. Unless I was gonna bro, I'll try to barge in them. I'm trying to be like, yo, let me trade with you. Like, yeah, man. You have to be Alice for now. Fuck you, man. I ain't said it to him, but fuck it. Because I deserve to be a manager type shit. I deserve to control the whole TT3 trading group. Damn, skinny as shit. But let's get straight into it. On the Monday, we have no news. Tuesday, we have CPI. Beautiful. Wednesday, no news. Thursday, we have PPI. Friday, we have core retail sales and prelims. Beautiful week. I could expansion because no. NFP is what? Manipulation. CPI is expansion. And NFP isn't really, this is what Romeo says. To me personally, I don't really give a shit if it's an expansion or manipulation. All I care about the higher time frame, which tells about it, right? The higher time during this time was bullish, so NFP is gonna be bullish, right? Simple. Now on the lower time frame, in the upcoming week, I just told you guys Forex Factory, I'm looking to sell on this daily rejection block. We have a 40 pip stop loss. As you guys know, we have to cover spread. So to increase our spread by 1.5 pip. Wonder why? Spreads are crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We could do 704. Uh, 704. All right, so look at the 1.5 pip spread, and this could be the whole trade of the week if it goes up higher, which I'm gonna set up the limit order right when the market opens, a couple hours, like 30-40 minutes after the market opens. I'm gonna straight away put in the limit order, and we're gonna go for a very high target, which is a 30 RR. It's realistic. Don't get mad. All right, it may not work. It may work. My setup says is a good point for the market potential reverse, just like this. Resistance block is tapped, reversal. Resistance block is tapped, reversal, right? So this is my high OT, right? High, low, higher, high, lower, low, OT, lower. High, low, higher, high, lower, low, OT, lower. And yeah, simple as that, right? I can't say much, but that. Oh, this is the high number got first. Wait. Yeah, I think they call it asset percent as high, but interesting day that time. But that's what we have. So I'm looking to take a short on. If the market didn't tap it or give me the entry, then ooh. But you can see during this time when this candle got tapped, this high number got souped, so we would have not been in trade. But as you guys know, we can only enter the trade. Oh, actually could have traded today, right? Because it could have been a classic free candle, right? A classic Tuesday half of the week. Yeah, could have definitely traded that day. Classic free candle of the week. If Monday wasn't the one to perform. Boom. This rejection block, this liquidity point rejection block never got souped. But afterwards, it never got souped. We're still waiting for it to get souped. Then the market leaves down all the way down lower. Then this is the high that we lift out, which is the closest. This is a liquidity point rejection block. That's the closest to the market price. So waiting for it to take a soup. Then we're entering that trade. Then we shut it down from there. Boom. Boom. You know what I'm saying? See you guys later. This is my trade, a before sight of a trade, potential trade, and this is my weekly market update. No, weekly market outlook. Yeah, make sure you guys are on Telegram. If you're on Telegram, missing out. Fuck you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.